Hi, I'm Jim Miller, President and Founder of Off Tackle Sports Management here in San Diego, California. Thank you for taking a moment to watch this DVD so I can explain a little bit about what it is to be an agent, my agency, and my experience.
Good, ready to rock and roll. Had a nice day, no clouds in the sky. Nice and cool, won't get overheated.
There are certainly factors that we look for and credentials that we look for in determining who's going to be our agent, who's going to help us through our career in the world of professional athletics. Experience is certainly an important factor. I've represented professional athletes since 1994, been certified by the Players Association to the National Football League since 1997. I've represented hundreds of professional football players, but I've also represented a world champion boxer, an Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year in open wheel IndyCar racing, professional tennis, professional baseball, and I bring these breadths of experience together to represent you in your efforts to make the next level of your sport.
How you doing? My name is Femi Ayanbadejo, retired NFL veteran. Played 11 years in the NFL with some of the most outstanding athletes on the planet. Blessed to be a world champion on the 2000 Ravens. I played running back, special teams, kind of an all-purpose guy. You know, whatever you needed to get done, I was the guy that did it. A lot of the dirty work. Some of the best players you'll ever meet have been my teammates. Ricky Williams, Chris Carter, Jake Reed, Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham. The list can go on forever. I've been blessed to play such a long time because I had great people around me.
Back to throw. Elvis throws near side behind Badejo, touchdown. Femi's in for the score.
Jim Miller is not only my agent, but also an amazing friend. We built a relationship over the last 14 years that will continue to go for at least another 30 or 40 years. His daughter's my goddaughter. He's close with my friends. And I've been able to, on and off the field, we've been through a lot of things that I don't think most lawyers or agents would do for an athlete. I've called him in the middle of the night about my kids. I've called him in the middle of the night about money problems and things like that, about my contract, things that you can only confide into one person to, and that's your lawyer, your agent, someone that you can trust to handle those things properly for you. Even in a short time with him, he's made an incredible impression on me with his energy level and the things that he's brought to this game. And if there's anything that I can impart to you as a young aspiring athlete, is to make sure you surround yourself with good people. Clearly we see that there are things that happen in the world that are tragic, and a lot of that starts with a good support system. And the best part of building that support system can be with your agent. He's the first person that's going to kind of be the liaison between you and teams and GMs and head coaches and things like that. And even at a really young age, Jim's first couple years as an agent, I never once doubted his ability to get across my abilities as a player and what I brought to a team. And I think the 11 years in the league that I played is a testament to him and our ability to work together. And I'm blessed to have him in my life still, and we'll be lifelong friends. So hopefully you have a person in mind that can do those things for you, and if you don't, then Jim Miller's the guy for you.
We also want to talk about a credential, somebody's education. My undergraduate degree many years ago was from San Diego State in business. And I put that business degree and I applied it by working my way through law school at Wells Fargo Bank to get actual hands-on business and finance experience. I then went to law school, passed the bar in the state of California, and have an active trial practice in the third largest trial court system in America. To be an agent, we want to represent you from the beginning, through your career, and as a lawyer, well beyond the end of your playing career. And that's what we bring to the table. Let's talk about preparing to be a professional athlete. In the National Football League, just by way of example, do you know what the injury rate is? It's 100%. If you play professional football, you will be injured. So we need to prepare you as best we can before the combine, during training camp, and then in the off season. I work with trainers nationwide, from San Diego to Florida, but there's one I want you to hear from. Ron Sheffield is perhaps the preeminent sprints coach in the entire country. I say that because he's the United States track and field Olympic and national coach for sprints and hurdles.
Hi, my name is Ron Sheffield, and I was the coach of San Diego State University for 20 years. I am presently the coach of Minnesota State University, and I was the 2012 indoor coach for the United States of America Track and Field World Games. Jim is a person that believes in not just athletic, but the individual he is working with. He's a very focused person, but I like Jim because he brings the family environment to the athlete. The athletes really look at it as not just a business, that this man really cares about them and their future. But what's more important and what's different with Jim, Jim stays after the athlete's career. So therefore, he's really concerned and want to make sure they have a smooth transition when they go, when they're coming out of athletics. So I think those are very strong points with a person like Jim. He's always been like that. I love doing things for him, especially with the great athletes like Cam Newton. You have Marshall Falk, people that I've coached in for a good while. This is a very strong individual and great family values. If you're planning on joining up with Jim Miller, you have to come with the whole game. You have to be committed to excellence. You have to have a high pain threshold, a high tolerance, and you have to have a focus in the direction you want to go in. If you have those, Jim Miller will get you there. He'll do the rest.
I'm always asked about financial advisors and the role between financial advisor and agent. I want you to know that one of the biggest issues that can happen is the conflict of interest when an agent is also serving as your financial advisor. Because of that, we don't do financial planning or advising in-house. We work with financial houses across the country.
My name is George Shamus, Divisional Vice President of Tax Advisors in San Diego. We're a large global firm in over 60 plus countries. I manage the team in San Diego with our sole purpose is to help families, businesses achieve financial success. We work in unison with Jim Miller in helping athletes in particular achieve their financial goals through every stage of life. We want to be a resource, and we are a resource for Jim's clients. I really love working with Jim because he takes that hands-on approach.
I'm a certified financial planner with AXA Advisors here in San Diego. I spent the last 8.5 years working as a private wealth manager, and the 4 years prior, I was a collegiate athlete at the University of Washington. But sports has been very deep-rooted in my life, in my life forever. My family has been a minority owner of the Chargers for the last 55 years. And so I've pretty much grown up around athletes, around their families, and around sports. That's why I have a deep passion for working with athletes. Jim Miller and I have been working with athletes for the last 4.5 years. And we really focus on a full, comprehensive, collaborative approach with athletes, not only from their draft days, but also to their post-retirement income days and how they want to proceed with their life going forward. We would love an opportunity to work with you, and I look forward to getting a chance to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this DVD. I look forward to having the opportunity to come to you at school or at your home to meet with your family and your coaches so I can explain a little bit more detail what I do and how I do it to help you get to the next level of your sport. There's very few agents in this country that have the background and the experience that I have, from representing hundreds of players, to the business background, to being an active lawyer, as well as being a former athlete himself. I know what it takes to get there. I've always said, talent on the field deserves talent in the office. I look forward to meeting you.